My hero, Milunka Savic. We all have heroes. For some people, heroes are parents, famous people, actresses, singers, maybe even an athlete. My mom is my hero, but I'm talking about different kinds of hero tonight. My hero, apart from my family, is a woman who fought in several wars, a woman who demonstrated courage and bravery that many men had lacked. She was a woman awarded many military awards, some of them twice. This was a woman who was forgotten by her country after her heroic deeds, but now she's being celebrated again. Her name is Milunka Savic. Milunka was born in a small village in Serbia. They think she was born in 1890. Nobody knows exact year. She lived in a small village with her parents, younger brother, and two sisters. She was a brave and tough farm girl who would shepherd her herd of sheep and worked on a field when needed. They say that she could do twice as much work as anybody on that field, and she was just a girl. She also learned how to use a shotgun to defend herself from wild animals. They lived in a village in a forest. So when her younger brother got called to go to war, she thought, he's younger, I'm stronger, I'm going instead of him. So what she did was she cut her hair and she disguised herself as a boy. She went and talked to the officer. He asked her, what's your age? What's your name? Do you know how to use a gun? At that time, she was pretending to be her brother. She said, my name is Milun Savic, and I'm 20 years old. Of course I know how to use a gun. At that time, women were not allowed to be in a battlefield. They were sent to be part of medical staff. She fought in 2 Balkan wars and later in a World War I. She didn't want to be discovered that she was a female. So she was always praying not to get injured. She always hoped if she does get injured to be in her leg or in her head, but not her chest. And in the Second Balkan War, in a battle of Bregalnica, she was wounded. That's when they discovered that she was a female. Her not supervisors, but her officers, they didn't want to punish her because she has proven herself to be very brave and very capable. She was awarded many, many awards, and some of them even twice. To get an award, French Legion of Honor, twice, was unspeakable for women. And she also got a Serbian Karađorđe Stars with Sword twice. Those are the biggest awards in France and Serbia. She was repeatedly decorated during the war. During the Battle of Kolubara, she demonstrated her courage and heroism in battlefield. There's a story that she took 20 Austrian soldiers prisoners all by herself. There's another story, I don't know if it's a legend or a real story, but a French officer was doubting that a woman was that capable. So he challenged her to hit a bottle of cognac, French cognac, 40 meters away. And he said, if you hit this bottle, I will give you the rest of the case. Other 19 bottles of French cognac. Needless to say, she hit it on her first try. After the World War I ended, the French government invited her to live in Paris, in France, and they offered her an army French pension. She declined and decided to stay in Serbia. She got married. She had a daughter of her own, and she also divorced the guy. I think he was afraid of her. She was one hell of a lady. She was, I guess, men were scared of her. She also adopted 3 other girls and raised them as a single mother. Now the World War II came and she was too old to go in a battle. So, but she couldn't stay helpless. She tried helping wounded soldiers and any way she could. She would feed them, hide them, or care for them if they were wounded. After the war, she was forgotten by her country and she lived in poverty. She worked as a janitor at the bank and a post office. She was not afraid to work. And only after the celebration of half-century remembrances that she became famous again. She showed up wearing all of her medals, many more than any other soldier. And the soldiers that knew her, they were telling all these stories about her and about her bravery. She became famous in her old age. She was part of 9 missions. She was wounded more than 9 times. And they celebrated her by giving her name to a street in Belgrade. They wrote books about her. There's a movie about her and also a play. And I was fortunate enough to see a play here in Calgary where the actors gave an emotional and endearing monologue about Milunka. It was so powerful that many in the audience were so emotional, crying, and they were surprised by her sad story. The story of the greatest war heroine in military history. The only thing that she got from her government was an apartment, and that's where she lived with her daughters. She died of stroke on October 5th, 1973. Milunka's story makes me very proud, sad, and angry at the same time. I'm proud to be Serbian and have that kind of female persona as a role model. It makes me mad about the treatment of our soldiers and heroes who fought for the country, but they were forgotten afterwards. Milunka had a tough life, but she never complained. She loved her country and she gave it her all. She was a proud and patriotic woman who accepted challenges, made sacrifices, and never gave up. Who wouldn't want to have a hero like that? I wish I was half of the woman she was.